This wedding drama has continued. Y'all remember the young lady who crashed the wedding? Well, she's back, as well as others who were a part of the wedding. And we're going to start with Liz, who is a legit wedding content creator. She worked with Keziah. Now, Keziah also issued an apology to the bride she worked with both on the 6th and 7th, but then did a live. And girl, I do think she's suffering from some sort of broken heart syndrome, and that is what's making her act out. I do think she needs to step away from this industry for a minute and just get her shit together, because I bet it makes it so much harder to heal from a broken heart when you work in this type of love industry. And I think she needs to stop coming to social media for validation. That's where, to me, that's where she's really messing up her business at. But what's up, my friends, and welcome back once again to the Just Case and Brand. I'm your homegirl, I'm your tia, I'm your prima, I'm your cousin, I'm your friend, I'm whatever you need me to be down here at the Just Case and Brand. Now, first of all, homies, I am so sorry for being late to the party, okay? I had to go and spend time with my family today, but I had to make sure I came back over here and spent time with my family over here, my homies over here, y'all. So if you dig topics that ain't got nothing to do with you, but they're entertaining, then go ahead, subscribe to the channel, join the community. So word on the Facebook marketplace streets is that she's being blacklisted in these wedding groups that brides join to meet vendors for like their hair, makeup, food, all that stuff, right? So that's like getting on the no-fly list. You know what I'm trying to say? And the wedding that blew up, girl, I heard it was $100,000 wedding in New York. And at one of the weddings she did makeup for, from what I heard, again, on the streets, is just ole jolie, she was crying at the reception because a DJ played a song that reminded her of her ex. So she went up to the DJ and asked him to change the song. Anyway, let's get into these lives.
I just got off a flight. You guys have been asking for a story time. You've been all up in my comments and my DMs. Hi, I'm Liz. I'm a wedding vendor, and I worked with Keziah of the Key Look, the now famous, she got kicked out of a wedding makeup artist, the day before. I have worked in the service industry for 20 years. I've worked in events for 10, and I have been a wedding vendor for 2. I am predominantly a wedding content creator. That is my main business. I do freelance for wedding planners, supporting them, assisting them, and I occasionally do some day of coordination consulting for clients as well. In this instance, on 9/6, I was hired by my client first as content, and then when they realized they needed a little extra help, as coordination later. The gist of the tea is that she did the same exact thing the day before that wedding. So the wedding that went viral that she posted was on 9/7. The wedding I worked with her on happened the day before, which was Friday. I was not going to say a word about this. I was going to debrief it with my bride. We were maybe going to send a note to the company expressing some of our concerns. I wasn't going to blast her on the internet. I wasn't going to leave her a bad review. I just wanted to have a discussion with her. But imagine my surprise when, before I'm even able to debrief it with my client, I see her 3-part series about her truly doing her worst the very next day. I still wasn't going to say much because I just don't know that I really want to drag another female business owner all over the internet. It doesn't feel great. But I do think that people need to be aware, especially because of the absolute gross, lack of remorse that I'm seeing. The fact that she continues to post content, the fact that she doesn't seem to be sorry at all for ruining 2 wedding days, truly ruining 2 wedding days, not cool. I commented on her videos asking her to talk to me because she was making claims like, this has never happened before. Girl, it literally happened the day before.
I just know she got black friends.
So here's the main gist. They show up on time. It's 3 people. They have, how many? They have 5 hair clients, 9 makeup clients for a wedding. They're supposed to start at 9. They're supposed to be done at 3. They proceeded to start late and run 2 hours over time because they were too busy making dinner plans, taking TikToks, and shooting the shit together. Any attempt to discuss it with them during the day was met with the most hostility I have ever received from a wedding vendor. Truly. Members of the wedding party were trying to express concern with their lack of timeliness and how things needed to get moving, that were also met with hostility.
You mean to tell me this girl had an attitude the whole time because people were asking her why she was running behind the time? I knew it was more to this damn story than what she was telling us.
There were some massive breaches in professionalism, making the bridal suite uncomfortable because you took a 40-minute lunch when we were running behind and came back crying and cried through the rest of your services.
Testing, 1 2. Testing, 1 2. The way I would have fired her ass so fast, because why are you coming back? First of all, why are you taking a 40-minute lunch? Second of all, why are you sitting up here crying? Third of all, this was only supposed to take 2 hours. So how is this getting longer and longer and longer?
Beat being rude to the moms of the couple. Saying you didn't want to do their makeup in front of them, challenging their concerns about time. Literally being on your phone so much that you're stopping the services to make dinner plans. Leaving the bridal suite and stopping services to film content of other vendors doing setup. Pulling the bride out of the bridal suite to make a 10-take TikTok that she didn't really want to make, and then attempting to hang around after to film your own content, proceed to get in the way of the photographer, the videographer, the hired content creator, who was me. I was doing coordination and content, and I offered to share my content with them in the beginning of the day, so they knew they were gonna get content and chose to be disruptive about getting their own content anyway, even though they made the whole day behind. Being so eager to film the couple's private first touch that we then literally had to have a member of the family escort you off the premises. Which, by the way, on your way out, you chose to walk through another wedding with all of your gear because you didn't feel like walking around it. I'm a little amped up. I'm admittedly amped. I am sorry. I will bring the tone down. I am frustrated for these 2 brides who had their wedding morning be completely uprooted by this one individual who is now showing 0 care or remorse, in my opinion. These are hours they will never get back. These are photos they will never be able to take again. I have never seen a wedding vendor move like this in my time, and I've honestly never seen a service provider move with this much blatant disregard for such a big moment in other people's lives. So if you're talking about the key look and the makeup artist, it does seem to have been a pattern. She did it the day before. And I can't help but wonder how many more times did she do it before that. There were ample opportunities for her to pause, take a beat, get it? Literally take a moment to reflect, like, why are people frustrated with me? Why do I keep being asked to leave bridal suites? Are my days running on time? ? Ample opportunities for her to have reflected and done better for her couples. But instead, she woke up, she did it again, she made a 3-part series on it that nobody asked for. She hasn't really said sorry. I know she said sorry and then she deleted it, but like, did she really say sorry? And now she's just posting more content like nothing happened, enjoying her new following. Meanwhile, you have a bride on her honeymoon who is probably distraught, finding out that her wedding has gone viral for the worst reason. and you have a bride who will never be able to take photos with that side of her family again, will never be able to redo her bridal portraits that were rushed and like not nearly the volume they should have been. All in the name of your content game. It's a bummer. And so coming from the wedding content creator, it is okay to make content for your business. It is not okay to make content for your business at the expense of others. This is not a normal wedding content creator experience. Don't get that twisted. I don't want other couples to have experiences like this with their vendors and think that this is normal. It's not. If any of your wedding vendors ever ask you to do something on your wedding day that you don't want to do, say no. You're allowed to say no. And when you're picking out your vendors, keep an eye and an ear for a really big ego. There really weren't any warning signs ahead of time with this vendor. I wasn't in every consultation call. I wasn't at the trial. But the bride had no reason to think that this vendor was going to be this unprofessional. And so I don't even know that I could say there's anything anyone could have done to have picked this out sooner. But I do think there are probably some things you can ask vendors when screening them to kind of suss out how flexible are they, how self-centered are they, and how much are they going to give a shit about you on the wedding. I don't think you should run and leave Keziah a 1-star review on her business if you didn't actually work with her. I honestly hope that she recovers from this. I don't want to see her lose her business. The wedding industry, hands down, needs more Black women, not less. And she's a pretty damn good makeup artist. But girl, can you say sorry to your brides? There are 2 things I just got questions on in my DMs that I want to address real quick on this. The first one is the idea that Keziah is claiming that the brides gave permission for this content to be filmed. I would say that's a pretty misleading statement. Keziah's contract does have a photo release for photos of their work. I am not a lawyer. I've seen a few lawyers commenting on this. I do not believe that that gives you carte blanche to video with sound all elements of the day indiscriminately and share it broadly. And so I think that she might need to tighten up her contract if this is how she intends to run the business. I'm not saying, like, if there might be clients who want this, right? And so I think for clients who want this, it's a great product. I believe in content, right? There's certainly a good way to do it. There's certainly a market for it. But I don't think her contract says what she thinks it says. And so to say, like, asking permission to film one TikTok is one thing, making an entire hair and makeup schedule run 2 hours behind because you're filming multiple rounds of content, and then that you're filming multiple things after, I'd say that's misleading. I also have to say, as a wedding content creator, your discretion and discernment is one of the most powerful tools that you have. You have to have a deep understanding of who your client is, what they want to remember, how they're going to want to remember it, and when to stop filming. There's also a lot of discernment involved in how close are you to the couple at any given moment. How intrusive are you choosing to be with your physical body into their space? How much are you talking, right? How much are you like casting your own shadow on the moment? And so I keep getting this feeling and this message like, well, didn't these brides know that they were being filmed like this? And the answer is kind of like, I think not really. And even if they did know, I would argue based on the videos, there wasn't a lot of discernment shown. You guys saw the clips, her showing up, knocking at the door and catching the bride in a robe off guard. Maybe not the moment. The other thing that I keep being asked is like, what was wrong with the team like having fun and talking to each other? The answer is nothing other than that it impeded their ability to do their jobs. I have a lot of really good friends who are makeup artists. I have seen a lot of really incredible makeup artists do their thing on wedding day. And one thing that's true about all of them is they take their job very seriously, but they really do enjoy doing it. And you can feel that in the bridal suite when they really enjoy what they're doing. And so I think it's great for you to enjoy what you're doing, but I don't think your enjoyment should override your ability to do the job. And so by no means am I telling makeup artists how to do their jobs. I could never. I admire what you do. I appreciate what you do. I know how hard you work. I think you all deserve to enjoy it, and I think you all deserve to have a great environment and great experience that you're working in. But I do think that all makeup artists have agreed in the comments of almost every video that running 2 hours behind on a wedding day is, like, without adding people in, is pretty rough. I said this before and I'll say it again. I would say that the pace and tone of the team was more what I would expect to see in a really chill, fun salon environment versus the tone of a very structured, timed wedding day. And I feel like most people who have gotten hair and makeup done in those two scenarios kind of understand how they feel a little different. They're always trying to run on time, but like the pace and the urgency is moving at a slightly different clip. And I think they should be, because the ramifications of you being late to lunch after your gloss and tone are very, very different than you missing the opportunity to take photos with the half of your family that traveled from another country to be here for your wedding.
Hello, everybody. I'm going to make this video as short as I possibly can. And I want to make it as quick as possible. I want to start off by apologizing to the bride that I worked with on September 7th, 2024, Kiana. I am so sorry for any distress that I have caused you behind the content that I posted. To all the bridesmaids and the bridal party, I am so sorry to any stress that I have caused you. I never meant for this to get out of hand the way that it did. And I hate that it happened. So I'm going to take accountability. I apologize. I'm deeply sorry. I'm going to remove all of the videos because I don't want to cause you any more stress in your life. You just got married. You don't deserve a whole bunch of stress in your life. And again, I'm deeply sorry for what happened. My intentions is never, ever to make any brides that I work with feel uncomfortable, feel stressed out, feel overwhelmed. That is never my intentions at any wedding that I'm ever working. I'd also like to address the agreement that I have with the brides. In my agreement that I have with the brides, we are able to film content and we are able to use the content. So that is something that is in our agreement.
I'm going to just say it like this. This lady is out of her mind. I don't know how she doesn't recognize how inappropriate she is. Her apology, we ain't even halfway through the apology, girl, and I could already tell this shit is fake. You're not really apologizing. You want to still get some sort of sympathy for all that you went through while you were there, how hard it was for you, how you didn't recognize the signs, how if you would have knew, then you would have did this. No, we're not about to do that. Take accountability for overstepping your boundaries, for being unprofessional, and leave it at that. Stop trying to come back on here and get sympathy from the people. We ain't got no sympathy for your ass.
We have had brides who say, no, we do not want to be on social media. We are not social media people. Please, no phones. And we've had to not pull out our phones at weddings, and that's fine. We've had brides who say, yes, like, let's go. Let's do the content. Pull it out. Let's do it. But yeah, we've had both. Even with that, we always ask if we can film, even when we get to the weddings. We always even double check and ask, like, hey, is it okay if we go ahead and record? Even though we know in the agreement that we can record and we can film content for the wedding day. I also want to address being at weddings and cocktail hours. So whenever we go to a cocktail hour or whenever we go to a wedding, it is never like without anybody giving us permission to go. We are always, most of the time, we are asked if we want to stay for the cocktail hour. And a lot of times we are invited to the weddings and we get personal invites to go to these weddings. So we're never just at anybody's cocktail hour, just chilling, doing whatever we want to do. I would never want somebody to do that at my wedding, and I would never do that at somebody else's wedding. I think that is unprofessional. You being somewhere where somebody told you that you weren't allowed to go. I absolutely feel that way. But whenever we do go to weddings or cocktail hours, we are certainly invited by the couple. I also wanted to address the talk around me being a content creator. I'm a makeup artist, which makes me a content creator. If you scroll down into any of my social media, you can see that I have been filming like this with brides. This is something that I have been doing for a while now. This is not something that is new to me. It's something that I have been doing since I started the business. That is how brides get drawn to us, because they're able to view our work on social media. I'm also going to address my personality. I saw a lot of the comments saying that I'm very overbearing. I do too much. I know that I'm a very loud person. And I also just like to joke. That's how my brides bond with me.
It's a time and a place for everything. I understand that she wants to be expressive in her business and in her personality, and she really wants her business to be an extension of her personality. But being a businesswoman comes with being a professional. You can't use the excuse like, I'm just loud, I'm just this, I'm just that, and it spills over, and that's how I bond with my brides. These are not your brides. These are your clients. Stop making it weird by acting like you have some sort of possession over these women who asked you to do their makeup. She's acting like she plans the wedding, executes the wedding, is the assistant, is the photographer, is the videographer, is the maid of honor, also gets the hair. Girl, you do one job. You come in there to do the makeup and the hair. Get your ass out of there. Stop trying to act like these people belong to you. Go develop a life outside of your job. Maybe that's the problem. That's why I said at the top of this, she probably need to get out of the wedding industry for a minute, because it's becoming possessive. It's becoming obsessed. Like that Beyonce movie, that's what it's starting to become. These are not your friends. These are not your people. These are not your comfort circle people. These are none of that. This is your job.
From the time we start the consultation call till the time that they see me on their wedding day, we have so many conversations.
And let me say this too, the way that she is trying to explain the process for how she books the bride, schedules them, has the conversation with them, it's way too extensive for you to just draw on my eyebrows and glue on my eyelashes. It's way too detailed. It makes me wonder if she's lying about some of this, or if she's just way too intrusive in her booking process, because this sounds like a lot. We have so many conversations. How many conversations do you have to have about hair and makeup?
My brides will text me and they'll say, because I got another question. I'm like, what's up? And they ask me stuff about the wedding day. I'm reassuring them. They'll call me. They're at Sephora, what was that product you said I needed? So I have so many interactions with my brides leading up to their wedding day, because they're booking like 12 months to a year and a half out. And most brides tell me that they went ahead and booked with me because they loved my personality so much. They love the way that I joke with them. They always say, I know we're going to have a really good time on our wedding day.
Did you just hear what she said? She said, we're going to have a really good time on our wedding day. Oh my God.
A lot of brides say that to me. And again, I've had this team for almost 5 years. And after being in the industry for a while, I started to learn that it wasn't just my skill the reason brides loved me. It was my personality. I would get so many like thank you cards and so many like, you know, like videos, and like brides are like, yo, like look at this picture that we took at the wedding, like thank you again so much. It became a thing, and it fed the company.
Why is she up here lying? Girl, who the fuck sending you flashback pictures like that? Who's saying all this? If they are, put it in the video right now. Put it on the website. Matter of fact, email me these women saying this, because I know you a lie. You are just sitting up here lying.
And that's what made everybody excited. That's what made the brides excited about booking us. That it just became a thing. I'm also going to address the narrative that's being played around with, that I was asked to leave the wedding twice. I was not asked to leave the wedding twice. I was asked to leave the wedding one time. The first time I did leave the wedding because the groom cursed at me. In which it was just really unexpected, and I thought it was really uncalled for. I didn't think I needed to be cursed at. If anybody wanted me to leave in that moment, I thought it was a perfect time, because it was only me, the groom, and the bride standing there. Thought it was a perfect time to be like, Keziah, like, you know, like, I think that's enough. Like, we're done with this. Like, you know, thank you so much for the day. And then I would have just, you know, went on out. And I think I took the bride telling me to come back way too lightly. I should have never came back. So I'll take full accountability for that. I do want to address the groom and the way that you talked to me. I just thought that it was really disrespectful. I thought it was hurtful. And I just really think that it was uncalled for. I didn't need to be cursed at in that moment, especially when I've only had maybe 2 to 3 interactions with you. I just didn't deserve to be cursed at. I've never cursed at anybody at a wedding. I'm not disrespectful to anybody at the wedding. I'm not using, you know, foul language towards anybody in any aggressive way.
I really don't feel like hearing none of that crybaby bullshit. You shouldn't have cursed at me. It hurt my feelings. Shut up. You're too grown for this. And how are you going to say, I didn't get kicked out of the wedding 2 times, okay? The first time I got kicked out, and then, so you mean to tell us that you got kicked out the wedding 2 times? He had to cuss in order to get the point across, because you wasn't understanding, obviously. So you ain't about to come on here and be like, can you guys believe that he cursed at me and I really hate it? Shut up. You was getting on his nerves. He told you, get your ass up out the wedding. Now you sad. You should have listened the first time.
It's not how I go about weddings. Brides who have worked with me know this. Any vendors who have worked with me know this. When anybody walks in the room, I say hello, because that's how I was raised. I've never been disrespectful at a wedding. The reason that I started the Key Look was because I saw that there was something missing in the wedding industry.
Ain't it weird that this is supposed to be an apology video to the bride, and it doesn't sound like no type of an apology video to the bride?
There's not a lot of Black-owned hair and makeup teams. You know, a lot of Black women can't get ready with their bridal parties on the day of because they can't find a team that can work with all skin tones and all hair types. And that was really important to me to fill that space, because I'm like, you know, I'm Black. Like, I'm Black. I have a lot of different kinds of friends. You know, I have friends with all different hair types, different skin tones. And I want them to feel and look beautiful on my wedding day too. And so that's why I started the Key Look. I did this for, you know, women of color and Black women. And I want to move forward from this, and I want to continue to do what I do. I want to continue to bring content. I want to continue to service brides, because I'm passionate about weddings. I'm passionate about brides. I love what I do, and I just want to continue to do that. So I do want to move forward. And again, I apologize.
Okay. And then Liz is the coordinator of that wedding. Okay. 9/6 wedding. And then Key is the makeup artist and the hair artist for 9/6 and 9/7 wedding. Okay, so she did the makeup for the bride H. Deanne on 9/6, and also worked with Liz, the coordinator, on 9/6 as well. Okay, so just so everyone's clear, that's who that is. Yeah, let's not call anybody a villain or anything like that. I will turn off the comments, like I said again. So let's try to be mature here. Okay. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Thank you.
Yes, please keep it cute in the comments. The key look, I want to give you a chance to respond to what she said. If you feel comfortable sharing it on the platform, did you want to respond to?
I do just want to say that I'm sorry, Haven, about what happened on your wedding day. It was never my intentions to come to work and bring my own personal troubles to your wedding day. Never did it. We were running behind, and I completely apologize for that. That is not something that normally happens with our wedding day. So again, I apologize for that, and I apologize for making you feel any kind of way about your wedding. I would love to have a call with you outside of here. If you would like to talk to me, I would love to talk. So if you want to call me, if now is a good time, I think that would be perfect. Just so that I could get some clarity, because maybe just like you said, maybe I am missing some pieces. I really don't recollect like somebody escorting me out and like asking me to leave. I just don't. That is not like resonating with me. So I would love to just get on a phone call with you, and it could just be me and you.
Okay, it's confirmed. She a liar. She is just a liar. You just did a whole 3-part series about how you got kicked out of the wedding, and that was the title of the series. So now you don't remember. Now all of a sudden it doesn't slip your mind. It doesn't resonate with you. You didn't even use the word resonate right, stupid. You're supposed to use it as, it sits well with my soul. It connects with me. So it doesn't connect with you that they kicked your ass up out that wedding. So why you make the 3-part series in? You just a liar. And you keep on trying to use everything. I'm black. I'm African American. This happened. I'm a woman. I got broken up with. Girl, you keep on trying to use all this extra shit to justify why you acted the way that you acted and why you had to react the way that you reacted, because people were being mean to you. People were treating you this way. The groom was being so mean. And let me also say this. I ain't saying nothing about the groom. I seen a couple of comments on the last video asking why I wasn't defending the groom. I ain't saying nothing about the groom because guess what? I don't have a penis. I don't have one. So I'm only going to speak from the side of women because I'm a woman. So yeah.
And we could talk. I think that from our first consultation call, you kind of picked up on my personality, which is what I try to do on every consultation call when I first get a wedding. I try to figure out what brides are good for us to service and what brides would love to have us. I try to nail that down because I hate for things like this to happen. It sucks that you felt like we kind of like essentially ruined your day. I just, I know it was me and being unfortunate. It was unfortunate for me to be crying on your wedding day, and again, I'm sorry for that. I just didn't know. I wish I would have known that you didn't want to do any of the videos. We are so kind about not taking content for weddings. It's not something that we have to do at every wedding, and we don't do it at every wedding. We can't get every single wedding content. And we are very respectful. We've had people tell us no, and that's totally fine. When you got my preparation email, I say something along the lines in the preparation email of, before you get up from the chair, let us know any changes that you want to make, anything that you want to do differently so that we can make sure that we make those changes for you before we leave. I say little things like that to just try to get brides comfortable enough to just be able to tell us when we're doing something wrong, because there's no way for us to know if we're doing something wrong if nobody is saying anything. So if we were doing something wrong or imposing on you in regards to content, we would have just loved for you to say, I'm not feeling this. Like, I don't want to do this. Or even if Liz would have came to me in that moment and been like, let's like scratch the content. Like the vibe that isn't really feeling this. Like, and that's something we would have been open to doing. We have brides who say, we don't want content. We don't want you to film at our weddings. Like, and that's totally fine. We pack up the phones and leave them in the bags. That is okay with us. So I just wish that like that would have been communicated. I wish I wouldn't have had to take breaks at your wedding because I was just way too in my emotions, and it was just very unprofessional for me to be in my emotions that way at your wedding. it was just very unfortunate that that had to happen to the both of us. Me making you feel some type of way at your wedding by crying, me actually crying at your wedding, being as though it's one of the biggest days of your life. That was never my intentions to go to your wedding and cry. When I first walked in, I said hello to everybody and I was very quiet. I tried to just kind of keep to myself. And I appreciate you. And I said, oh, like, can we change the song? And you guys changed the song, and that was very sweet. And like I said, I appreciate that. I appreciate you for trusting us with your wedding day. I apologize that it didn't go the way that it was supposed to go. I take full accountability for me and my team being behind that day. Like I said, I would love to just get off of here and just get on a phone call with you. Because I'm very sorry that you feel that way. That was just never my intention. It sucked that had to happen. So if you want to get on a call now, I'm very much open to it. I'm still up. By tomorrow, I just don't remember anybody like just escorting us out of the wedding and telling us that we had to leave. So I just want a bit more clarity on that. So, you know, if you want to call me, like, you know, I got your number, you stored in my phone. All my brides have always been stored in my phone. So, you know, if you do want to get off and have a conversation, I'm totally up for that. And with that being said, like, you know, I'm going to head out. Mm-hmm. And again, I apologize to everybody involved. I'm sorry about whatever hurt I'm causing to anybody. That was never my intention. I never want to see anybody hurt. Weddings are my passion. I've been doing weddings for the last 6 years. I had this company for the last 4 years. Just like Ian said, a lot of brides are excited to find me and to find out we do offer something that's different. And it is very unfortunate that these are two bad experiences. Like, it's two bad experiences, and it really sucks. Like, and the whole time I'm thinking that I'm doing a good job. And I'm not. I'm failing people. So I'm just gonna, you know, Haven, if you want to call me, my phone is open. It's wide open. And yeah, I'm here. So
the key before you leave, first I want to say thank you for coming up here. I did see your makeup. You do a phenomenal job, like absolutely phenomenal. You deserve all the props for your makeup and the hair and your whole team and all that. So I just want to say that first of all. I just wanted to ask, so before 9/6, have you ever had any type of situation that might be somewhat similar or that had to do with the same type of thing with the content thing?
No, that never happened. So like, this is all, I want to be totally honest with y'all. This is all new to me. This black and white wall that y'all see in the back of me, I've done hundreds of brides. The way that I started my company was just like how I was at Kiana's wedding.
Your camera isn't on, by the way, just letting you know.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, just so you know. And then also, there you are. Okay.
The whole time I'm looking at myself and I'm thinking that it's on, and it wasn't on the whole time.
It wasn't on the whole time.
But,
no, it's fine.
But yeah, so the way that a lot of people are saying that the makeup artist is supposed to do this and the makeup artist is supposed to do that. What a lot of people fail to realize is, even if y'all go back into like reviews, and y'all see like there are brides write lengthy things about me on our platforms. They go above and beyond and they write all of these good things. I get thank you cards, long notes, long text messages. I post something from my bride earlier, Ashley, and she was a doll. She posted something nice about me on her story. But this is something that I've been doing for so long this way that is just a shock to me that this is happening. So I know everybody is saying like a makeup artist is, you know, supposed to do this and supposed to do that. But it's like this is all I know. This is all I know that my brides know. That's it. And what I thought I was reaching the brides who really wanted to work with me. I don't know what that was. The same energy that I give to brides on a consultation call is as far
sorry, that's just a gift gold, super loud noises. Sorry about that.
It's the energy that I give, sir, throughout. From the very initial phone call, I tell brides that I hire based off personality and skill. I tell every single bride that I have a consultation call, we are a team with a huge personality. We love to joke. We love to laugh. That's just how we are. We've always been like that. So I don't know anything else. I am open to whatever y'all think and whatever y'all suggest me to try, whichever ways y'all feel like I should do things for this company, because this is something that I wanted to create for Black women. Black women don't have the luxury of just going online and finding a hair and makeup artist. Just like you even said, it's a task to be able to find that, especially being able to find a big team. So this is all I know. I'm open to whatever criticism or whatever changes y'all think that I should make to the company, or whatever y'all think that I should do different. I'm completely open to everything. I'm not a person that can shy away from it. I just had no idea I was making people feel this way, because nobody has been saying it. I would have loved for somebody always oh my goodness. But people to just be that real with me is what I'm gonna be that. I get that. Everybody is not gonna speak up. I just wish that it would have went that way, instead of me just being in the dark about what's going on.
Also, Key, when you posted the video, like, first thing, why did you post all those videos? And then the second thing is, why did you take them down?
All right. So I posted the videos because I was ego tripping. I'm not even gonna lie. I was ego tripping. I was asked to leave Kiana's wedding one time, and that's when the coordinator came. And she said, the company would like for you to leave. This was after I came back. So let me also take accountability for coming back. I should have never come back. I felt I took that way too lightly. And I shouldn't have done that. I should have left and went home right after that. Right after the groom said what he said to me, I should have just went home. But I didn't. I came back, and that was where I messed up at. The narrative that's being played around with is that I was asked to leave somewhere multiple times and people kept telling me to go, but that's not the case. Everybody smiled with me and laughed with me that day. Nobody said to me, hey, this is enough. Like, we don't want to do this anymore. Please just leave. It wasn't that. And it just wasn't that. And I would have really, really appreciated if somebody would have just said, it's time for you to go, girl. Like, I don't mind being kicked out of nowhere. I do not mind being kicked out of anywhere. And I feel like at the moment when the groom cursed at me, that's when my ego tripped. At that moment, I felt just a little weak. I'm just like, dang, like, I ain't never had nobody talk to me like this at a wedding. Like, and I also felt like at that moment, it was the perfect opportunity, because it was just me, him, and the bride standing there and nobody else around. I feel like it was the perfect opportunity when I asked about the TikTok to say, we don't want to do this anymore. Like, we would just, like, for your leave, thank you for your services, like, have a good night. Because I would have been fine with that. That's okay with me. I don't mind being told no. I get told no more than y'all think. I've been told no all my life. No, because you can't do this. No, because you can't have that. No, you can't do this. Nobody's going to let you do that. I've been told no all my life. No, it's not an issue for me. The issue is when everybody is not telling me, like, hey, this is enough, or we don't want you here anymore, or that, and I'm okay with hearing that. I just wish that would have been it. But yeah, that's why.
Okay, and I appreciate your honesty about the situation, especially from your perspective. It's good to get everyone's perspectives here. Are you okay with answering more questions for other people as long as they're respectful? I don't know if you have time. I don't know if the host is okay with that.
Allow a man to disrespect a woman and curse at her in front of me. I just wouldn't do that. And I just felt like so thrilled by the whole thing. So I felt like it was a perfect opportunity to just tell me, hey, like, we don't want to do no TikToks. We don't want to do no TikToks anymore. we just want you to we want to wrap this up. Like, we want to enjoy the rest of our night. So we just want you to leave. You know what I mean? It would have been cool. It was me and the bride and the groom standing there. And I thought that would have just been cool, and we could have just left it at that. But to curse at me in that moment, especially when it's all just, for me, it's what y'all see is something different. For me, it's coming out of the blue, because I literally been with these people all day.
Do you mind sharing what he actually said? Because you said he cursed at you. So to me, that means that he cussed you out, or you said something that was, offensive. What did he actually say?
Walked up to the bride and I said, this was before the reception. I saw everybody just standing around, everybody just, like fraternizing or whatever the case may be. I walked up to the bride and I was like, hey, can we, do this last little, TikTok we've been doing because I told the bride and the bridal party, they all knew that we vlog the weddings. I told them, I was like, this is something that we do. We're going to be vlogging the weddings. We'll tag you and everything. We'll also do like the My Fiance video, which I posted. I don't know if y'all got a chance to see it, but it came out really, really nice. Everybody looked so nice and it looked like they had so much fun in the video. So the groom, when I walked up to the bride, and I was asked about the TikTok video, he's like, no, like, we're not doing no more TikToks. I was like, oh, okay, like, that's fine. It ain't about nothing. He proceeds to go, yeah, because you're getting on my fucking nerves. And I was just like, wait, hold up. Like, wait, what just happened? And for me, I didn't start, like, breaking down crying in that moment. I did start tearing up. Just because I just didn't expect that. I've never been at a wedding where somebody cursed at me like that. Like, even if you felt like I was being like overbearing, which a lot of people saying I was being overbearing, I was too much in the face. Like, I feel like even if you felt that way, it could have just been a cool, like, we don't want to do this no more. Like we just want you to leave. I thought that would have been cool, but to say that to me, I just thought that it was just like out of line, out of pocket. Like I'm a vendor just as well as everybody else. Nobody else was being cursed at. I just felt like that. I didn't deserve that. I didn't deserve for you to yell in my face and tell me, oh, you getting on my fucking nerves. Like that was just wild to me. It was wild. Like, I get it. Like, he didn't want me there. He didn't like me or whatever the case may be. Like, I get that. But I also feel like everybody deserves respect. I feel like everybody deserves respect. I don't think that nobody should be talked to that way, no matter how angry you are. And that's that.
Thank you. Harriet, did you have a quick question before we make it quick before she goes?
I'll just make it really, really quick. My question is, are you willing to consider that some things are just inappropriate to ask, even if someone is going to say yes? For example, asking to change the music. Like, no matter how someone responds to that, are you willing to consider that some things you just shouldn't ask people to do?
Yeah, like I guess like when I said that, I thought of it very lightly. Like we was playing, like, it was all types of music playing that day. The vibes was going. I felt bad. I felt bad about it. But I just didn't think that was gonna harm somebody just asking to change the song. So I apologize if I overstepped any boundaries when I asked to change the song. I'm sorry about that. That wasn't something that I didn't want nobody to feel away about me asking to change the song. I'm sorry about that.
And also, is it ever okay to film someone's entire wedding? Is there ever a situation where that's okay?
What I usually tell my brides is how I go about when I'm gonna stay at the wedding day. So a lot of times, like, for an example, I am going to put out this wedding that I did go to. It's one of my favorite brides. One of my favorite brides. I think that was definitely this year or last year. It was definitely this year. It was this year, yeah, because I was short here. She said that it was okay for me to vlog the wedding. Whenever brides tell me that it's okay for me to vlog the wedding, I'll vlog the wedding. If a bride is telling me it's not okay for me to vlog it, I won't vlog it. If you go into my social media, you'll see, like, when I went to Turks and Caicos, you'll see, like, when I went to Italy, I went to a wedding. You'll see when I went to Georgia, like, and how I interacted with them. I try to put these things out there so people can know, like, this is how she is. You know what I mean? I don't ever want to bamboozle somebody and thinking that they're getting something that they're not going to get. I want you to know who I am from the forefront. I don't want you to be trying to guess and figure out, like, what to expect from this guy. I don't want nobody to think that.
What I saw real quickly, like, maybe a lot of people are concerned about you being in the aisle. Like, when, for this particular wedding, when you were taking it, like, it seemed...
So there was a gate in back of me. There was a very long gate in back of me, and there was nothing there. So the aisle came this way, and then it curved that way. So on each side of me was I think it was like the coordinators. I think it was all the coordinators, photographers, and everybody was standing all in the same place. And everybody all of the vendors had their phones out, because that's what usually happens at weddings. Usually in the background. And a lot of times we film the ceremony. A lot of vendors do it though. Wedding planners do it, photographers do it, videographers do it. It's not something that's not common. It's not an uncommon thing in the wedding industry.
Okay. Last question. Chantel, did you have something before
Yeah.
I allow them to? Does anyone have a conversation?
Yes, I had something. One, you do great work. I'm very appreciative of your work. I think you do a phenomenal job. So, kudos to you. I really like your demographic and what you offer. I do think that going, like, not even coming off like that you're a makeup professional, but what I was speaking about before you joined the live is that I just feel in my spirit that you might be, going, and I don't know if this is true. This is me extending,
Real quick, Chantel, real quick.
If you were like going through anything, because that's what I picked up. And I was more so just defending the fact that maybe you weren't in the right like headspace while you were at these, I guess, these last couple of jobs. And that's why your perception of what is going on around you might be skewed or was off, or you weren't sharp as you normally are because you're going through things behind the scene. I didn't know if that was true, but I'm asking now.
So Chantel, there is many times where I'm at a wedding and I pick up on something and I'm like, I gotta get up out of here. My team will tell you there's times where I pick up on something and I'll be like, it's time for me to go. It's time for me to wrap it up. And I know when it's those moments. It's anytime I might get like an awkward stare from somebody, or I might hear like a really fake laugh, or I might see like something that's just like really uncomfortable happening, or maybe somebody not feeling what's going on. A lot of times I will pick up on those things. But then I had this situation that just happened at this 9/7 wedding where now I feel like I can't even tell no more. I can't tell if I'm really supposed to be here or I'm not. I can't tell if these people really want me around or if I don't. I just don't. This wedding I feel like this wedding right here has skewed my thoughts on now what I think. I think that now when I walk into a wedding, I don't even know like how I'm gonna act. I don't know if I'm gonna be on the fence and want to just be closed off now and not be so bubbly. Like I don't know what that's gonna look like for me moving forward, because this wedding has literally pivoted my entire view of what I've been seeing for the last 5 years.
Mm-hmm. I mean, do you think that that's necessarily a bad thing? I feel that maybe, and not to say that you do bad work, but maybe you can like change your, have some like, okay, this didn't work, so maybe we can go back to the drawing board with my like how I conduct myself as a business owner or whatever, like a paper, hey, this is what I do as a makeup artist. Are you okay with these things before you guys actually come to their wedding? Because tensions are high, emotions are high. So maybe there's like something that you can provide to your bride beforehand to say like, hey, this is, so they don't feel pressured to do anything in the moment and you could just have like a checklist of like, oh, okay, she did say that this would be okay to do, so I know I'm okay to do it because I have it like in paperwork or like something like that.
So sometimes, Chantel, like sometimes, I don't know if y'all saw my story, but there was a bride who I had reached out to, and I asked her, and I said, oh, like, would it be okay? I think I was just telling her about this bride. Her name was Ashley. I hit up Ashley, and I was like, well, is it okay? We found content. We got a few ideas that we want to share. Ashley hit me back, and she's like, well, I'm not really a big TikTok person, but you can get with my maid of honor, and we could go through some things that you want to do. I went and talked with her maid of honor, and we went and was able to schedule those things out. So most times we're able to do that with our brides. And then sometimes when we at weddings, we just thinking on our feet. We just like, oh snap, like maybe we should get this content. Maybe this would be a cool TikTok to do. And most of the time, if I can't read minds. So if somebody isn't telling me like, no, I don't want to do this, and they're telling me yes, I don't know. If somebody's telling me yes, but they want me to think it's a no, I don't know how to do that. I think that'll be hard for a lot of us to do. Somebody's telling us yes, but we got to believe that they're saying no. I think it's for anybody to do. Like,
Yeah.
That's a tough thing to be able to do. You really got to be able to like read a mind. And I don't think any of us are equipped to be able to do that. So
And that's
sometimes
why-
we're just thinking on
I'm
our
sorry.
feet. Sometimes we're just thinking on our feet and we're like, oh, this would be a cool idea, which is what happened at Kiana's wedding when we talked about the fiance TikTok. It was something that I thought about on my feet. I told them, I was like, I was thinking about this TikTok. I thought it would be really cool if y'all did it. Everybody was like, oh, like it'll be fun. And if y'all saw the videos, it looked like everybody had fun in that TikTok. And if they didn't want to film that, I just wish somebody would have just said no, because no. Like, I'm okay with somebody saying no to me. That's fine. Like, you're going to get no's in life. That's life.
She is the type of person that I really can't stand because they don't know how to take accountability for their actions. And they always got an excuse for why they did what they did. Oh, I did this because of this. Oh, yeah, I did check that before this. Oh, yep, I already thought about that. Yep, nope, I already thought about this before you even can advise me of that because I was a step ahead of the game. No, you wasn't. No, you wasn't. Take accountability for overstepping your bounds. And I do not get, for the life of me, why she keeps on trying to make it sound like this whole makeup artistry thing is the most important thing on wedding days. I get that it's semi-important, but the way that she talking about it is like if she did not come and do those brides' makeup, then brides could not find any other makeup artist in the entire world to come. So her coming there, specifically her coming there, is a big ass deal. So they have to schedule it out 16 years in advance. Everything precisely, they have to schedule it out because it is so important. You are not that important. You ain't that important. And guess who else was talking? The bridesmaids. Yeah, they was giving their side of the story too.
Well, she's not a big content girl. Some people actually found her Instagram today and saw that it really doesn't. That was disappointing as well. But
on this part, they were talking about how the wife or the bride was not a big content girl. So while the makeup artist was trying to film TikToks and everything, they understood it. But at the same time, it didn't make sense because the wife isn't big on TikTok.
she really doesn't like post a lot. She's very reserved and like to herself. So she's not the type of person that would probably want a million TikToks.
Yeah. Just really wasn't putting two and two together. Way overstayed her welcome. And then they said they want to know about when she hugged you during the first look.
Yeah, so the first look was weird. It was in the hallway, and me and Rachel helped the bride get dressed. So we were not in front line of bridesmaids. You can see that we're behind, and we are facing the other door from where the bride is coming in. And she was standing right there, dead center of that door. And so that's why she's in all the pictures, because the photographer and the videographer were tucked into an alcove or out the other door on the side, shooting diagonally. And we were in the middle, and the bride was coming in the opposite door from where the makeup artist was. But once the bride came in, she ran over into the group of bridesmaids and was doing the whole crying, hugging thing with us. So again, it's all stuff that was, it's a little bit overstepping, and it didn't really strike us as being weird until it kept going on. And then she had to be asked to leave.
I see. And people are asking why the videographer and photographer didn't ask her to move. I would presume it's because they probably assumed that she was content. That's what I'm thinking. That she was like hired content creator. But I don't know. I'm not a videographer, photographer.
I think they were kind of over it as well, but again, she's there. You would think she's there with the bride's request. So I think they also don't want to overstep because this is somebody the bride hired. And even if you don't love the other vendors that are there, you're not going to cause problems with them because that reflects badly on you professionally.
Toast, they're saying they love your profile. I do.
Oh, thank you.
And everyone's saying, oh, why didn't you ask them to leave? They all asked the girl to leave multiple times. There was like 12
mom asked.
Bride's mom, wedding planner, the bridesmaids. Multiple people told the doll to leave. She wasn't budging. She was going to eat her steak and fish.
And I said too, I think people joined since then, but like, we obviously didn't want to cause a physical or verbal altercation. It's still a wedding day and it was still our best friend's day. And we didn't want to have that look badly on us either. And as you saw, like, she did cry. So we're not going to make her do that again. But
I saw people asking about, did the bride ask her to stay? And our understanding of it is that after she got spoken to by the groom and got upset, she was crying. And of course, she went up to the bride. And the bride basically said, I'm sorry that you're upset. She was comforting her in that way, being like, oh, I'm really sorry you're sad. No, I don't have a problem with you. She's the type of person, she would have been fine with her coming to the cocktail party and having a drink and having some apps and whatever. It's just that she wanted to keep filming content. So the groom was over it and the bride said, I'm really sorry that you're upset. You're leaving. I'm sorry that you're sad. And then she left and talked herself into coming back. And the bride was like, I don't know why she did that. I have no idea why she came back.
I see. And then we have, I think, another bridesmaid. Her name is Yaya M.
Yes.
If you want to come on the live, speak your piece, you're more than welcome to. We're just trying to understand what's going on because this whole situation is very bizarre. And I'm actually very glad everybody's on the same page that she's a nutcase. Was she in the aisle? Both of the bridesmaids are saying yes, she was in the aisle. That same purview that we saw, that's where she was.
we're also very happy that everyone's on the same side. Obviously, this would have been a lot harder if we weren't trying to explain what happened. But came off in the videos. Sorry?
I don't think she's sitting at the wedding.
No, she's standing. She was directly in the middle of center of the aisle towards the back wall. So she was standing right in the middle the whole time. That's why you can tell from the angle in her videos. That's why she's filming their ceremony. Which, the other thing, the ceremony, Rachel said, there was supposed to be no phones at all. So the fact that she posted the audio of their vows, the video of them getting married, the video of them jumping the broom, everything is such an invasion. That should not be anywhere online. That's very disappointing to see.
You are right about that. The press teacher is coming on. She is the brother's sister. So the bride's sister-in-law. Hello, the press teacher.
Hi. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can. We have the podium on the press teacher.
Yes. Thank you guys for all the support. We really appreciate it. It means a lot to us. It was just such a bizarre experience because we genuinely were having a good connection with the makeup artist and her team. We were having a vibe earlier in the day and they were really talented. So it was such a blindside to see her make a 3-part series when we felt we were so nice and so kind and vibing so well up until we weren't. I mean, my brother's not a content creator type. He's a pretty private guy. And she was made aware of that early on in the day. He's not, both of them, honestly, as couples, they're not the types to always want their photos taken or things like that. Of course, they were super excited for their wedding day. So my brother did anything his wife wanted him to do. But it's not really his nature to be making content and things like that. So at a certain point, it was just enough is enough already.
Understandable. And I'm going to echo what the other 2 bridesmaids who said that you guys did ask her, hey girl, the road jack, you don't got to go home, but you can't stay here. Fine. And then 2, she was drinking y'all's Bellini, y'all's Prosecco, y'all's Vodka at the cocktail hour. 3 seconds at dinner. This isn't making sense.
The bride and her family, and our family, we're all one family now, they're such generous, kind people. They would never want this person who they hired to feel unwelcomed. And we were vibing. It was just, at a certain point, it was just like, if you want to be here and enjoy this moment, let's do it. But the cameras need to go down because it's really just not their style. They were just so excited to be married and with each other. And then this third person was there constantly in their space. So that was a little disheartening, and especially exposing them before they even got a chance to share their own content if they chose to, or they're still not even married 1 week yet. So
exactly, they're on their honeymoon enjoying their life, and then here comes UA.
And I will say, for those asking about the lighter, my brother is a cigarette smoker, and bumming cigs and taking lighters off a cigarette smoker on his wedding day is just not the vibe.
I am right there with you, because all the comments were like, oh, where are these bridesmaids? Get up. Y'all asked the girl, you gotta go. But she wasn't taking the cues.
And to be honest, she was in some special sacred places that we weren't even privy to because we didn't belong in those spaces. So we weren't even there to tell her she shouldn't have been there because even we didn't belong there. So there were some moments where us bridesmaids had other responsibilities or other places we were meant to be. And we didn't realize that she was intruding on such intimate moments because they were meant to be intimate moments.
Oh, yes, because she did end up in the bridal suite, we heard.
Yes.
Because you said it, we didn't hear. Did they ask her to move out of the first look photo?
Yeah. She's showing images and video and audio that no one has seen before. The couple hasn't even heard their vows back yet. So that was wild for it to come across people's FYP that we know personally. So
yeah. The bridesmaids have also said in sneak peeks right after the wedding, 2 or 3 days before, 2 or 3 days after the wedding, and they said that they can't see her in those sneak peeks. So I presume she will be in a decent amount of photography.
Her team didn't stay. It was just her. The rest of the team left at their contracted time.
Yeah, there was a hairstylist at the venue that came from the hotel, but she left at her contracted time of 5 p.m. It was just the one makeup artist who stayed. There was, I did see a comment about the artist bringing up a race thing, and obviously that was not the reason at all, and I just want to get that point across. All of the hairstylists, all of the makeup artists were Black women, as the bride was a Black woman. That wasn't an issue, and that was also really upsetting to see too.
yeah, there were other vendors as well, so that's a little misleading to think that she was the only Black person or Black owned business that was hired for this event, because that's not true.
We're going to end this live. To the bridesmaids right here, thank you so much for hopping on.
You know, at this rate, I'm really tired of cussing her out in my mind, in my spirit, and in my soul. I'm really tired of it. I've had enough of her not taking accountability, and I agree with every single thing that the bridesmaids said. We were trying to be nice to her. We didn't want to we didn't want to start any type of fight or yelling match or anything. So we were trying to be nice and just gently say, get the F out of here. But eventually she wasn't understanding. So someone else had to step in, because not only did she leave, but she came back and still was trying to take over the entire day as if it was her day and all eyes should be on her. And you know what else she did? She came back online. Just 2 hours ago, she came back online to apologize again. So I'm going to leave you with that. If you have not already joined the Jaberhood, consider joining. If this video has not annoyed you to where you block me and delete me, consider joining the Jaberhood. I promise there's other videos that we're going to do that are way lighter than this and doesn't make our skin crawl. But I'm going to leave you with the Black Michael Scott.
I wanted to come on here to apologize to the couple that I worked with last Saturday. I also want to apologize to the entire wedding party, because y'all deserve an apology. I want to apologize to all of the guests that attended that wedding. Y'all deserve an apology. And I want to apologize to all of the wedding vendors that worked so hard to make sure that that couple had a beautiful wedding day. I sincerely apologize to all of y'all. It was never my intentions to cause any of y'all any stress, any hurt, or any pain. That was never my intentions. I'm a small business owner who operates with the utmost care and the utmost professionalism in this wedding industry. I started the Key Look about 5 years ago, and we've done over 500 weddings. And we worked all over the country, and we also have done weddings internationally. And before I started the Key Look, I saw that there was just a hole in the wedding industry for women of color, and it wasn't enough representation. So I wanted to offer a solution to women of color who were overlooked, that this is an option. You can have luxury grooming services on your wedding day. You can feel and look beautiful on your wedding day. And that is why I started the Key Look. As a small, self-funded minority business, we bank on social media. We use social media as a marketing tool so that we are able to reach potential brides or couples who would love to work with us on one of the biggest days of their life. And social media has it has showed us, and it has been successful for us, which is why we just continue to use it in our business strategy so that we could constantly reach brides who are looking for something that we offer. So now that some time has passed, I am going to explain the story from my point of view of what took place that day. I totally understand that there are going to be others who have had different experiences of what that day looked like for them. But I'm going to explain what it looked like for me in the next video.